The Justin Robert Young podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/JuRY. It's where you can support this show. Toss me whatever you would like, whatever you believe this show is worth. It not only supports the one mic show you're about to listen to, but also my other one mic show about politics, which I call Politics, Politics, Politics. True fact, on this, our Christmas episode, we have started a personal revolution inside my life. This year, I can be thankful for the fact that the generosity of the Diamond Club community has freed me from my job so I can just talk to you guys full time. The JuRY Patreon is the best way to support me to do it. Patreon.com/JuRY. And The Contender, the game of presidential debate, the card game that I have done and is now in the hands of people. Just, you want to know what? Go ahead and buy the game if you want. thecontender.us. Otherwise, just go follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/contendergame. Go search for a Contender Game on Facebook. That's where you're going to find pictures, videos, tips, tricks, rules for everybody else that's playing the game and wants to share in the Contender community. thecontender.us is the name of the game. Let's go ahead and start the show. Oops. Let's do that clean. Welcome, everybody. This is the Justin Robert Young podcast, our Christmas edition. I feel like we've done a lot of, this show has been going on and off for a couple years now, but this is, I feel like, our first kind of like very Christmas-themed kind of episode. You know, we've done Christmas-esque kind of stuff before in the past. This is, I feel, the only time that I'm going to tie everything, except for the emails where you guys can write about whatever the fuck you want, into Christmas. I'm going to tell a depressing Christmas story. We're going to do a classic episode of the Justin Robert Young podcast, right down to the fact that we had such technical failures, I had to reboot this computer, and it's an hour and a half late. That's how quintessential of an episode we are going to do for you here tonight. I'm going to tell a personally depressing Christmas story. I am going to pitch to you what I believe is a surefire Hollywood hit. A Christmas movie for the ages, a classic waiting to happen. And we're going to start off with me breaking down a song. This is something that I have I've done a fair amount of, just going ahead and talking about songs. Specifically, last year we did or maybe it's 2 years ago, we did Baby It's Cold Outside. A classic song for holiday-themed sexual assaults. But earlier in the season, we did one for Santa's Going Straight to the Ghetto by James Brown. But here's the big one. This is the real heavyweight. This is the real work. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs, and if you're like anything like me, whenever it comes on, you find yourself saying like, what? What is she? What are the motivations that are happening here? Who's singing it? Who is she singing it to? It is nothing. It could be nothing but the inimitable Santa Baby, as originally recorded in 1953 by Eartha Kitt. Yes, Catwoman. Catwoman from the Batman series originally sang Santa Baby. So let's go ahead and get into this one. You know, it's got that jazzy boom, ba-boom, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. Comes in. And again, the tone here is very important. We have a very defined tone. This is playful. This is about, I mean, as far as 1953 goes, for this to be distributed and a hit, this is effectively pornography on 1953 standards. Santa Baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl. Santa Baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. I mean, I feel like immediately we're into innuendo. Slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl. The byplay here, awful good, right? Like, I've been so naughty, I'm nice. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Obviously, the chimney is you know, where Santa enters your house. If we wanted to be crude, we could make other comments about sooty holes. All right, never mind. Santa Baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear. Santa Baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. So she is planning on, I mean, normally the iconography about Santa is that you are asleep, Santa shows up, he gives you your presents, he leaves. You do not see Santa. In fact, the coy hidden game here that we play with Santa Claus is that you are only sure that he came to your house because he has eaten the cookies you've left. Which, I mean, who knows how that metaphor got left out of this song. But apparently, the singer of this song is planning on meeting Santa. I'll wait up for you, dear. If you give me a car, I might fillet you. That's what I'm reading with these lyrics. We go back. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Now this, although maybe the most innocent tee-hee of the lyrics, I find to be the most troubling because it brings us back to the idea of who this song is being sung to. Is it really a woman singing to Santa Claus, or almost as likely for me is she is singing it to her mate, right? Obviously, 1953, not exactly the march forward of gender equality that we see today in 2015. And you might imagine that in popular culture, this very song is a young, sweetheart or newlywed, something like that, singing a song to her husband or boyfriend for whom she would like to be spoiled by. Understood? It immediately paints you a picture of the character that this lady is. So, the line, think of all the fun I've missed, think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. If it is being sung to a boyfriend, I mean, a little bit of, sexual negotiation here. And if it's being sung to a husband, are we talking about a cuckold situation here? You know, is it just like, oh no, like spoil me or I'll bang your friend in the broom closet. Like if you do not give me this car, I will run through everybody at your Christmas party like I was the norovirus on a cruise ship. Like it is just going to be pop, 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 pop. Man, you are going to be, I'm going to do all that. I'm going to do all your people. I'm going to do all your homies. I'm going to go through your phone. And then I'm just going to leave my phone out when I go to the bathroom and just watch that blow up like it was running a goddamn telethon for a Haiti earthquake. Let's move on. Santa Baby, I want a yacht. And that's not really a lot. I've been an angel all year. Santa Baby, hurry down my chimney tonight. Here's the other element of this song that I need to bring to your attention is the escalation. It's actually a fairly well-written song because every element of it escalates from where we were before. And by the way, it starts with a car. It wasn't like, Santa baby, give me a $10 gift certificate to Subway. Santa baby, I could really use an Xbox or an ox, which I assume is more expensive than an Xbox. I am the one who knocks. Also a Breaking Bad gift box of DVDs from the series. And hurry down my chimney tonight. Santa, honey, there's one thing I really do need. The deed. I need another little sexual innuendo there. To a platinum mine. Santa baby, hurry down my chimney tonight. Here's the best thing about this song is that they have not put in anything that's not also worth $1 jillion right now. Like a car, still pretty expensive. Probably the most expensive thing that somebody buys by themselves before they're 25. A yacht, something that nobody ever buys. And a platinum mine. Do you know what platinum goes like today? Platinum goes for like $10,000 an ounce. Like a platinum mine is an amazing thing to have. Immediately, the person in this song that is singing this from their point of view, I have so much more respect for. This is not just some gold digger, right? Like this is somebody that has a very keen eye on metallic markets. It's like, in that Santa baby, can I please have $10,000? It's like, no, Santa baby, I need a deed to a platinum mine. This will set me and my family, all the guys from your floor, right? Everybody on your team, we will all get cars because I have the deed to a platinum mine. This is amazing. Santa baby, I'm filling my stocking with the duplex and checks. Sign your X on the line, Santa cutie, and hurry down the chimney tonight. This is beginning to sound like a shakedown. This is beginning to sound like this lady fucked Santa Claus, and now this song is really about pay me off or I will tell Mrs. Claus that I blew you outside of the reindeer pen. That Santa Claus is just like, some pimp-ass rock star that's going from town to town, banging out lonely housewives. And she's like, okay, guess what, dude? You've got the economic resources to give every Christian kid on the planet and many other non-denominational, because you become such a pop culture force, not one, not two, but as many as 3 to 4 gifts per season. The numbers on this are astronomical. So guess what, fat man? Hit him up. You need to cough up. You need to hit me with a car. You need to give me a duplex. You need to sign your X on the line, homie. This a stick up. She continues. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Now we're getting threatening. We are just now discovering the lengths for which she will go. Do you believe in me? Do you believe that I will do what you think I might do? Because let me tell you this, fat man, I am here for the gold. I want the gold, sucker. And after that, we're coming for you, Jack Frost. Santa baby, forgot to mention one more thing. A ring. I don't mean a phone. Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. So this seems a little bit more. This is a song to a boyfriend from a real hot tamale, a vixen, right? Which means that there is some serious sexual politics happening. This is absolutely, listen, Pay me off, or I will bang all of your friends. And I mean all of them. Yes, him. I don't care if he doesn't wash under his fingernails. They're going to get a lot dirty once I'm done with them because I need the follow. By the way, I would like to imagine that this is like, she's like shaking down a sheik or something. This is, some Saudi Arabian heir that she is shaking down. If she's asking for the deed to a platinum mine. And hurry down the chimney tonight. That is the beginning of the JuRY show this week, our Christmas episode. All of our songs are by Night Song, so we will be playing them throughout the episode. We'll be right back.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings, good tidings, good tidings we bring. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us figgy pudding out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For we all like figgy pudding.
Thank you so much. The Night Song. Those got sent in by, I believe, $1 William hooked us up. I believe you might be able to hear his voice amongst those angelic tunes. But thank you for providing the JuRY Christmas soundtrack. Go ahead and download whatever they do at Night Song. All right. Real quick, before I get into my depressing Christmas story, I want to let you guys know how much I care about you guys, and I care about how much you guys have helped me and my family of my wife, who did not stick me up for a platinum mine, and our three birds. This is consider this our little Christmas card to everybody listening. This has been an exceptional year, from us getting married to the podcast that we did, the JuRY More podcast. Everything else, me quitting my job, this has been an exceptional year. You guys very much deserve it. Or deserve me to tell you, right? To verbalize. This is a story I've never told on the air. And I wanted to have that preamble there because I want you to know that I was thinking about this because it is around this time of year that this story took place. And it's something that I think about whenever the idea of community comes up. There's been an element of this show that I'm very, very proud of. The people are able to share raw elements of their lives. They're able to share moments when they feel weak or they feel powerless. And if there's one thing that I know for sure about online communities is at the very least, you can have somebody type into a screen, "You're not alone." And granted, sometimes it's not as good as having people right next to you, and sometimes it's not as good as talking to people, but no matter what, you can just have somebody say you're not alone. And I know from listening to other broadcast mediums, I know that when I hear somebody talking about something that I went through, I feel a little less like I'm the only person in the world to feel this unique, original pain. So take this story in that spirit, that if you are going through something like this, or you have gone through something like this, and you might still be a little raw about it, then I've gone through it as well. This is about the last time I ever spoke to my father. It was over Christmas. Now, me and my little brother used to go down to the St. Thomas Virgin Islands, the United States Virgin Islands, to go visit him. My father, as a brief little Cliff Notes version, was a very successful salesman in the mobile communications industry back in the mid-'80s. And because of his substance abuse problems, he proceeded to kind of fail his way down a burgeoning ladder, right? So he wound up staying in the industry for like 10 years, but it was really only because there were so many burgeoning jobs in the industry that as he plinkoed his way down, he just kind of always had something else to go to. So after my father left the continental United States, we decided that as a family, my mom, my dad, and me and my little brother, that we would cram all of what his allotted time was, which was every other weekend, into big stretches. So we would go to the Virgin Islands for the summer and stuff like that. We'd spend a lot of time down there, uninterrupted. My father is an alcoholic. He was very, very known for, having these kind of swings where he would like quit alcohol and, make a big dramatic show of it and would stay clean, presumably for a little while. And then eventually he would backslide. So the last time that I'm down there, he had quit, and he was very, very proud of the fact that he had quit. And I was proud of him because in a previous trip, he had scared me. He acted weird. It's a funny story that I've told on some of the, I think the Night Attack album, about one of the weirder nights of my alcoholic father trying to terrify the shit out of me. And it just in general being a bit of a ne'er-do-well. But he had gotten clean. And he was clean the entire time that we were down there the last time, which I believe was like a week and a half. And then we went on one little vacation from a vacation. If you're familiar with the Virgin Islands, then you know that there's 3 of them, the U.S. Virgin Islands, that is. St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John. St. Croix is the most kind of built up and commercial. St. Thomas is sort of in the middle, and St. John is literally just beach paradise. All there are natural beaches and a bunch of really rad hotels. So for whatever reason, my father gets a connection with Keneal Bay. Keneal Bay is a rad hotel. If you have the means, I highly recommend it. We have an amazing room that puts us out to our own little private beach, and my father's sitting out there on the beach, and he takes a bottle of rum from the mini bar and pours it into a glass with a Coke and starts drinking it. It's the first time I've seen him drink the entire trip, and he had made a real big deal about the fact that he was not drinking anymore. And so I made the point to say, Dad, what the hell? And he said, it's just so perfect right now. If I could die right now, I would die here on this beach, and I would be content. It's always stuck with me because, in a way, in that moment, that one little piece of ember, that's my entire relationship with my father. Me being proud of my dad, me looking up to my dad calmly explaining why he was disappointing, and then lying back with a smile on his face. Now, obviously, things get a little uglier and have gotten a little uglier, but that's pretty much the most inoffensive way that I could choose to think about his personality. So we get done with the trip. We come back. Now, periodically, I would talk to my dad, but at this point, I'm 13 years old. And like any 13-year-old, I, start to distance myself a little bit from my parents. It's when you're starting to stake out your own life. You're trying to understand your own boundaries. Everything doesn't have to come back to the parents like it once did. Let alone when it's hard to, my father's, in the islands and everything. It's a different situation. It's also pre-cell phone, or at least pre-me having a cell phone. So my father calls, and it's Christmas Eve. And he's wasted. Like, really faced. Like, drunk, slurring. Just a mess. Just a mess and a half. And he's repeating things. It's bad. Which is the point in which, in an element of righteous indignation, and me being annoyed that he made such a big deal, about quitting. He made such a big deal about him making a commitment. He made such a big deal about him getting his life together. I hung up the phone and I told myself, by the way, it was like a clear plastic phone that had all the like exposed circuitry in it. Like it was like neon. Like you could not have, if you were to write this in a script of like, anyway, angry teenage boy in the 90s, he stops talking to his father. You would have me on my corded clear phone with neon circuitry in it, hanging it up and then leaning back to listen to my Nirvana MTV Unplugged CD for the millionth time, which is exactly what I did. But I told myself that I didn't want to talk to him again. And if I were to be honest, I think in my heart, I kind of thought that was just like any other kid. How many kids say, fuck you, Dad? I don't want to talk to you again. I'm done with you. Fuck you. You're dead to me. That's hack, right? It's a boring trope. You don't take that seriously. And so initially that was it. I was upset that he didn't keep his word. I was upset that he wasn't better for himself. I was upset he wasn't better for me. And so I told myself I wasn't going to respond to him. I wasn't going to talk to him. So I stopped calling him. And he wound up not calling me. And from then on, we basically just had a complete lack of communication. Now, he never called my brother, who didn't have any kind of altercation with him at all. There was just nothing. So the next Christmas rolls around. And I think, well, maybe I should call him. Because now I'm not so mad about the fact that he, didn't get his shit together. I mean, he'd done that a million times. I was just a little kind of worried that was going to be the last time that I ever spoke to my dad. And at that point, in all my righteous indignation of a 14-year-old, I kind of made a different resolution that this now wasn't about the alcoholism. It wasn't about the broken promises. It was about who showed up and who didn't. And I looked out into my living room and I see my mom, I see my brother, I see my stepdad, and I realized that they were here. And they all fuck up and they all break promises. And I've said some harsh, ugly shit to any and all of them. But they're always there. And they always show up. And so around this time of year, I always wind up getting to thinking about it. And I always wind up thinking about, lately, since we've had this fun little internet community, I've gotten to think about, well, that's us. Because hell, we've gotten a million different emails and letters and tweets and everything about shitty people in our lives and shitty situations and shitty moments where we feel alone and damaged. But you want to know what? Go ahead and look out into your digital living room, because we're all here together, and that is something important. I'm going to pitch a script to you about a dog that learns the N-word coming up right after this. Again, Night Song. They are the angelic voices that are singing our Christmas theme. Go ahead and check it out. Said the Night Wind is their album, Night Song, and that is night as in the dude what runs around with a sword and a large sense of purpose. Let me pitch this here script to you guys, man. I love Christmas movies. I love Christmas stories. I want to let you guys know that I got this story brewing in me. All right, I'm gonna let you know. Open. Christmas Eve. A year before present day. A little girl is alone. She says, I wish I had a puppy. And I wish he would be my best friend. Smash cut over to, a rescue pound or something like that. Next thing you know, flying star goes by, right? Shooting star. Dog looks up. The dog says, okay, I know we have this sense that this dog knows his destiny. He looks in the camera and he barks, but he barks the N-word. And like that, not like it sounds like the N-word, like it's really the N-word. We get Sinbad or someone to say it. So it's a real puppy. So next thing you know, we, montage, Christmas movie with a dog that says the N-word. We have Ariana Grande do the theme song. We see the girl, she gets the dog comes in. But it's only once they realize that they have the dog. The girl loves the dog. She's inseparable from the dog. This is about 6 months in. The dog, maybe he's a rescue dog. He feels a little, ashamed, and he's really just, he's not comfortable. But he finds love in the little girl's heart. So the next thing you know, he's out, and they're having a good time, and he finally feels comfortable with the family, so he barks the only word he knows, the N-word. It's at a public park. There's a black guy there. Boy, is it awkward. And so now the girl is in just a real hell of a situation. So they got to figure it out. They train it out. Big montage again. Okay, I understand we have 2 montages, but one was in the title song, so that doesn't count. Here's an actual story montage. Now we're in high school. Okay? The little girl is now a cute high school junior. She starts to catch the eye of the big, most popular guy at the school, and I'll give you one guess what that guy is. Huh? Let me know in the chat. What is it? Who's the guy? You guessed it. A racist. So this guy loves the dog. The dog is barking the N-word. The racist dude is just having he thinks it's the best. But he's so dreamy that he's hoodwinked this girl, right? She's like, oh, Tommy's the best. Touchdown, Tommy. He's made me the most popular girl in school. Before, I only used to hang out with the art kids. Now, I used to wear, now I'm cheer captain. I used to be on the bleachers. Taylor Swift song plays. We'll clear the rights. Don't worry. We're all having a good time. So I'm still fleshing this out, right? So I'm just giving you beats here. At some point, the girl realizes that this dude's a racist and he's disgusting, and the dog can't help it. I mean, the dog learned the N-word. He had to know the concept of race, right? He's a dog. This guy is showing all the ugliness of the love and bond that she has with this dog, right? So she's got to get rid of the racist boyfriend. The racist boyfriend doesn't take too kindly to it. Turns out he's also a rich kid. Dad runs the bank in town, says, hey, guess what? You broke my son's heart. I'm going to sell the mortgage out from under your house. You're all going to be homeless. So I don't know how exactly we get to this other part, but this is going to be the big end of the movie. So, press conference is called. And the dog needs to be kept off the stage. Family's trying to race to get the dog. The racist boyfriend has the dog. The racist boyfriend has assembled all the media. Now they're going to lose their house for sure because this dog is going to embarrass the family by barking the N-word right out to everybody. 24-hour coverage. Now, Fox News alert. Dog that says the N-word about to speak. Hi, I'm Rachel Maddow. There's a dog, and he's saying the N-word. We go now to a live shot. Bing, 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 bing. I'm Sarah Koenig, a dog that says the N-word. This new episode of Serial is something you need to believe. Also, we do live shows now, and we're going to go live to this press conference. Everybody, all assembled media is right there. The family's going to lose their house. The girl is going to be revealed as somebody that's harbored this dog, this hate-mongering dog, and her love for it is going to be twisted and turned by everybody with a blog account, and everybody who's going to paint her to be some racist, somebody who hates people based on their skin color. So the family can't stop the dog from getting up there on the stage. The dog looks out. He sees every single member of the media. Dog does one of those cute little dog like, and then the racist boyfriend's like, no, go ahead. Say anything you'd like. The dog looks out into the audience, looks beyond them, all covered in sweat because they were trying to get there to get him off the stage, is the family. Bodyguards tackle the little girl. The girl's like, dog! And the dog looks at her, opens his dog mouth, and says the only thing that's come to his mind. The full Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech. People are crying. Rachel Maddow's crying. Chris Wallace from Fox News is crying. Everybody in the audience is just clapping. They're on their feet. They're like, oh, finally the most inspiring thing. And then meanwhile, the racist boyfriend's like, that's not what you were supposed to say. You were supposed to say the N-word. Oh! Everybody's like, what? What the hell are you talking about? You just said the N-word on live television. And then the father of the rich boyfriend's like, well, no, he's just a good boy. What was this about a mortgage getting sold out? In fact, I'll give you my house. Christmas miracle, snow's falling, everyone's crying. The dog comes running up to the girl who gets released by the bodyguard. They meet in the middle, a girl and her dog, and just when the little circle wipe is about to come to a close, the dog says, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I believe that this is a Christmas classic. Your emails coming up next.
One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, or in a din, telling their tales. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, that is the song. Ding dong, ring of caroling. Ding dong, ding dong.
Again, Night Song. Go cop that. KNIGHTSONG. Thank you very much for providing our Christmas spirit. Emails, you can write them in, justinrobertyoung@gmail.com. Let me also let you guys know this. So I've just realized I'm terrible. Man, I'm a professional podcaster now, and I'm really, really, really bad at like asking for things that make the show better. Rate, review, and subscribe the show on whatever platform you're on. Just go ahead and take a few seconds out right now. I just told you a story about a dog that says the N-word and my fractured relationship with my father, both in light of the Christmas holiday. Why don't you do me a favor? You ain't got to get me nothing but rating and reviewing this and the Politics show. If you listen to either of them, you certainly listening to this if you're hearing my voice. Go ahead and do it. Here's the goal. Because I'm looking at all these top lists, right? I'm looking at all these like these top best of the year lists. This is the year where this show, the JuRY show, the Justin Robert Young show, the Politics show, this is the year that we finally get the recognition we deserve. I feel like we've been doing some good-ass poop on this show, and it's about time somebody showed up and said something about it. So do your best to lead us in that crusade. Go ahead, rate, review, and subscribe us. Thank you. Here are the emails. JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com is what you got to do if you would like to write in. Justin writes, I've just heard the segment where you played some of your Chris Angel podcast material where you were trying to defend that what you sounded like. Well, I have your answer. You sounded exactly like Michael Rooker. More proof that he's your dad. Can't argue with it. Gabriel writes, I'm not sure if you're going to bring up Star Wars The Force Awakens on JuRY this week, but I wanted to ask you, and I guess the audience, this question when you do. What makes Star Wars so appealing to every single generation? You're in your early 30s. I'm in my early 20s. What about Star Wars captivated you? I was first introduced to Star Wars with The Phantom Menace at 7 years old, and I was completely captivated by the whole Star Wars universe. I thought pod racing and Darth Maul were the dopest things ever. Obviously, as I got older, I watched the originals and learned the error of my ways, although pod racing is still dope IMO. I have little cousins who have never seen a Star Wars film but watch Star Wars Rebels and are completely hyped to see The Force Awakens. It's been 40 years since the release of A New Hope. Why do you think the whole Star Wars universe has endured this long? Also, BB-8 stole my heart. BB-8's amazing. That movie's super fun. I talked about it a lot on Weird Things. I'll talk about it again. I think I'm on Current Geek tomorrow. So you'll hear plenty of me talking about The Force Awakens. Why does Star Wars work? Because it is a 4-quadrant movie. It is a movie that attracts the 4 quadrants of entertainment. Young, old, male, female. Strong female protagonist. A story that has its roots in 1950s serials and was the first guy at the party of the super special effects parade. It's got male characters. It just in its nature and genre, it's kind of boy shit, right? Laser guns and laser things. And it's a rollicking space adventure. You know who the good guys are. You know who the bad guys are. They fight. Somebody wins. It's usually the good guy, but sometimes it's the bad guy. So you come back and see what happens when that bad guy gets his ass kicked in the next episode. The iconography is amazing. The gender balance is on point. And when it's good, it's really, 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 really good. And what Star Wars has really been living proof of is that ideas endure. Nostalgia is a very, very, very important thing. In a world where we have infinite access to every kind of entertainment we'd ever wanted, it's the ones that matter in our brain that cut through the clutter. Anonymous Diamond, who has had a real hell of a time with her new relationship, dating a guy. This is kind of an ex gonna give it to you. But this is a new relationship. So last time, when we last met Anonymous Diamond, I gave her 2 options because she likes this guy, a little older than her, but he's got a really crazy baby mama, and the dude lives at his parents' house. So I said, hey, listen, you got 2 choices. Either you can stay and deal with it, right? But you got to be all in. You got to be ready to deal with the hurricane of a crazy baby mama who's going to be coming out of jail and looking to F some ass up. Or you get away as fast as possible. And I don't mean let's just be friends. I mean stop going to that bar, stop taking that dude's calls, and politely ask him to eliminate your number from his phone. Because when that crazy baby mama steals it and starts going through names of text messages, you want to make sure that yours is not there with some late night hotline bling action. So We go to our email. Of the two options I was given, my decision had already been made before I even wrote that email. At this point, I'm not only going to not stop having sex with him, I'm straight dickmatized, and I would do whatever he wants me to. I'll prepare for the shitstorm because naturally things can only get worse from here on out. At the bar, he now gets a goofy-ass smile when he talks to me and practically asks me to do his job, like, I'm going to go make this order, okay? In our texts, I've seen less emojis and conversations between teenage girls. Also, his ex-turned really good friend, not the murder ex, oh yeah, by the way, she's in jail for murder, comes in for about 15 minutes to down a couple drinks before work. He introduced us, so she usually sits down next to me and gives me a cigarette so we can go out to the patio and smoke together. She says, she keeps saying that we should be friends and stuff. As someone who is non-sexual friends with the majority of her exes, I met a lot of their current girlfriends and am experienced in the art of not giving away any clues as to who I am because I know most girls are uncomfortable with that. I've used the same practice on her, but last time the bartender had told me after she left that she was the only person he had told about us, which is great. I told the entire internet, so sit on it. She's way better. Someone has to even it out. Indubitably, she read all right, listen, this is why I love this audience, because this is a story about somebody, at this point, a friends with benefits relationship with a dude who lives with his parents and has a murder ex, and this email has the word indubitably in it, which makes me so excited. I have an amazing decision-making abilities. Let's not pretend that I come without baggage myself and all that. Hell, I come with baby daddy drama, and that's the kind that never goes away. If people were to judge me on that alone without meeting me, I wouldn't have nearly as many friends as I do, all of whom I like to think I remain drama-free with, aside from my closest friends having to listen to me bitch about all this. This is basically the real-life equivalent of Google searching someone before a date when you only know their name. You will find unfavorable shit. The reason I'm saying all this is because she is the same age as me. Evidently, his taste in women is ones who are exactly 16 years younger than him, who have drinking problems. Reminder, none of this started between he and I until I put mine out on display, which probably says something about him. Also, it seems that he is half teenage girl. May the odds forever be in your favor. She then continued to write in another email. You can give me, I haven't seen bartender in over a week. He kind of has a lot of shit going on, including but not limited to a day in jail after getting pulled over for some unrelated stuff, but getting arrested for possession of a controlled substance. He said he'll tell me about it when he sees me, but I'm assuming it's pot. I don't know the repercussions of drug-related crimes, so I don't know if that will mean more jail time to come, but his record isn't exactly clean on that front. He's got a pretty good story about a Wizinator from last time. Listen, man, so let's just start here at the top. You said, like, you can give me your told me so's. I ain't got no I told you so's for you, girl. Don't worry about it. You got to live your life. Now, you know this dude's a haunted house. You know that every night that you sleep there might be some kind of ghost that pops out, and eventually you might be seduced shining style to murder somebody around you. You know this, man. So I'm not going to tell you that I told you so because you know it. But at the end of the day, all we're doing is looking for somebody to love. It ain't exactly what's right for us. It's what's good for us. Now, if you keep doing that, then eventually you're going to run into problems. But here and again, who cares? Treat yourself, girl. Following up on our conversation last week with Brian Brushwood about what drug you would do at what restaurant with two of your favorite celebrities, we got two quick submissions. Cappy said I would at a shit show McDonald's with Russell Brand and Johnny Depp dressed as Jack Sparrow. Almost positive that's definitely happened at some point. And Shiftlock wrote, I would do peyote with B. Arthur and Betty White at a Chili's. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. If you would like to write into the show, it is justinrobertyoung@gmail.com. Put JuRY in the subject line. That is JURY in the subject line. You can find this podcast on Stitcher, iTunes, or some other shit. Or You can email me at justinrobertyoung@gmail.com. Put jury in the subject line. I already read that. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Justin R. Young. And you can hashtag join the conversation at diamondclub.reddit.com. If you find yourself shaking down a fat mythical man for a platinum mine, if you find yourself cutting off all contact with your biological father, if you find yourself straight stigmatized, son, despite the fact that you know that this dude might not be the best thing for you, well, I want you to remember on this Christmas holiday that my name is Justin Robert Young, and I am reminding you to please don't die.
Do you like the way you're dressed up? Do you like how your hair gets cut? Do you like when your friends fuck up? Don't you think you have had enough? I'll read more advice till something sounds nice, but line by line just shines back at me.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.